Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to another episode here on Dangerous African Confessions HD. In this episode, we bring to you the continuation of this chilling confession from one of our brothers who was revealing to us about the things his senior brother, who happens to be a senior prophet, and the things he got himself involved in, things of the dark world. This message he has is one that he had written in his own diary, and after his passing his younger brother got hold of the diary, and its content is mind-blowing. I do not want to give away any details of what we are going to listen to, so without much ado, let us go and listen to this message by our brother. And don't forget to please subscribe if this is your first time, like and share this video so others can listen to it as well. And also hit the notification bell, so you will be notified anytime we upload videos of this nature.
The Council of Senior Prophets began to take notice of my rapid rise to prominence. Some regarded me with envy while others expressed concern about the methods I employed. They summoned me for discussions about my practices, questioning whether they aligned with our traditions or strayed too far into dangerous territory. During one such meeting, an elder prophet confronted me directly. He said, "Your power is undeniable, but we fear you tread a dangerous path. The spirits you invoke are not to be trifled with. They may turn against you if you do not show proper reverence." I dismissed his warnings at first. After all, I had tasted power and success. But deep down, a seed of doubt began to take root. The whispers grew louder at night. Shadows danced at the corners of my vision when I performed rituals alone. The old man's words echoed in my mind, "The spirits will demand your loyalty." As I continued to navigate this treacherous path, I found myself drawn back to the book, the source of my power and my curse. Each time I opened its pages, I felt both exhilaration and dread. The allure of dark knowledge was strong, but so too was the weight of my growing conscience. Yet, with each ritual I performed, I felt an unsettling presence lurking just beyond my consciousness. The dark spirits I invoked began to demand more from me, more respect, more offerings, more acknowledgement of their power. I became ensnared in a web of dependency. My abilities were no longer solely mine but shared with these shadowy entities. My pain when this went on was for the fact that the people flocked to me for counsel, seeking solace in my words. They viewed me as a prophet blessed by divine insight, unaware of the darkness that clung to my every action. I reveled in their admiration, but anytime I see them in such manner, I felt an insidious guilt creeping into my soul. Each time I helped someone find clarity or heal from their afflictions, I could sense the spirits watching me closely, waiting for their due. One very night, consumed by turmoil, I decided to confront the spirits directly. Armed with incense and offerings, I called upon them in hopes of understanding what they truly wanted from me. As I chanted ancient incantations from the book, a gust of wind swept through the room, cold and foreboding. "Why do you summon us?" a voice echoed from the shadows. I trembled but stood firm. "I seek understanding," I replied. "What do you require of me?" The response was immediate. A cacophony of whispers filled the air as shadows coalesced into forms just beyond my sight. "Your loyalty is paramount," they hissed in unison. "Honor us with sacrifices, feed us your fears and desires." In that moment of revelation, clarity washed over me like cold water. This was not merely about power, it was about control. My pact had bound me to these dark forces in ways I had never anticipated. As these challenges went on, my internal conflict escalated. The people continued to seek my guidance while I grappled with the consequences of my choices. Every success felt tainted by an underlying fear. Every vision came with a cost that weighed heavily on my soul. I often found myself standing at the edge of the forest where my initiation had taken place, haunted by memories of that fateful night and the choices that had led me here. As I stood at the precipice of my decision, the weight of my allegiance to the dark forces pressed down upon me like a suffocating fog. The realization that I had unwittingly bound myself to these malevolent spirits sent shivers down my spine. I had tasted power, but now it felt like a curse, a chain that shackled my very soul. With every passing day, I felt the grip of the dark powers tightening, and I knew that opting out of this infernal pact would not come without dire consequences. The first signs of their displeasure manifested in nightmares that tormented my sleep. Each night, I was thrust into a realm where shadows twisted into grotesque forms, their whispers echoing in my ears like a haunting melody. They taunted me, reminding me of the loyalty I had pledged and the sacrifices they demanded. I would wake in a cold sweat, heart racing, feeling their presence lurking just beyond my consciousness. It was as if they were watching, waiting for me to falter. I again went to the trees where we had done my initiation. This time to try and see if I can do without them. I wanted out of this pact with them. When I got there, the air was thick with tension as I set up my altar beneath the ancient baobab tree, its gnarled roots twisting like fingers clawing at the earth. I lit incense and began to chant the incantations from the dark book, calling forth the spirits I had once revered. But this time, my intentions were clear. I sought to break free from their grasp. As I uttered the final words of the incantation, a gust of wind whipped through the clearing, extinguishing my candles and sending my offerings scattering across the ground. The atmosphere shifted, charged with an energy that crackled like static electricity. A deep rumble reverberated through the earth, and from the shadows emerged a figure cloaked in darkness, a manifestation of the very forces I had invoked. It hissed, its voice a chilling whisper that echoed through the trees. You dare defy us. You are ours, bound by your own will. I felt an overwhelming surge of fear as the figure advanced toward me, its form shifting and riding like smoke. The darkness enveloped me, and I struggled to maintain my composure. I seek to renounce my allegiance. I shouted, forcing the words through clenched teeth. I will not serve you any longer. With that declaration, the spirit unleashed its fury. Tendrils of shadow lashed out at me like whips, striking with a force that knocked me to the ground. Pain seared through my body as I fought to regain my footing. The shadows coiled around me, constricting like a serpent intent on squeezing the life from its prey. In that moment of desperation, I remembered the teachings of the senior prophets, the protective rituals designed to ward off malevolent spirits. Drawing upon every ounce of strength within me, I began to chant a counter-ritual. My voice trembled at first but grew stronger with each word as I called upon the benevolent spirits of my ancestors for protection. Spirits of light, I cried out, I invoke your names. Shield me from this darkness and grant me strength. The shadows hesitated, momentarily recoiling as if stung by my words. Seizing the opportunity, I rose to my feet and focused on channeling my energy into a protective barrier. The air shimmered around me as I visualized the radiant light enveloping my body, a shield against the encroaching darkness. The figure snarled in frustration, its form flickering like a dying flame. You cannot escape us. We are entwined in your very essence. With renewed determination, I pressed forward, pushing against the darkness with all my might. I am more than your pawn. I reclaim my soul. As I spoke those words, a blinding light erupted from within me, illuminating the clearing and casting away the shadows that sought to consume me. The dark figure shrieked in agony as the light pierced through its form. It writhed and twisted, desperately trying to maintain its hold on me. But with each pulse of light, I felt my connection to them weaken. The tendrils of shadow that had once bound me began to dissolve into wisps of smoke. Yet even as I fought back, I realized that this battle was not merely physical, it was a war of wills, a struggle for my very soul. The dark powers would not relinquish their hold easily, they were relentless in their pursuit to reclaim what they believed was theirs. As days went by, I continued to face their onslaught. Each night brought fresh challenges, visions that tormented my mind and attempts to lure me back into their fold. They would manifest as familiar faces from my past, friends who had fallen away or loved ones who had passed, whispering sweet promises of power and success if only I would return to them. They would coo in seductive tones, remember the gifts we bestowed upon you. You can have it all again, just one small act of devotion. Each time they reached out to me, I felt the pull of temptation gnawing at my resolve. But I reminded myself of the pain they had inflicted upon me, the torment of being bound to their will, and steeled my heart against their manipulations. One night, during a particularly intense confrontation, they resorted to psychological warfare, manifesting visions of failure and despair that clawed at my mind like ravenous beasts. I saw myself standing before the people as a fraud, a false prophet who had led them astray. Their faces twisted in anger and betrayal as they turned away from me, leaving me isolated in darkness. The weight of those visions threatened to crush my spirit. In that moment of vulnerability, I felt the shadows closing in once more, whispering promises of redemption if only I would return to them. Just when I thought I was getting away from their wings, I was struck with this dark power one very evening in my living room. After which the voice came like, "You will live for us to watch. But brother, if you ever get the chance to read this, as it is for you and you only, know that as your brother, I tried a lot to fight this and get out. But I didn't have enough power to overcome this. Forgive me because I know you looked up to me. I have betrayed you and your trust in me. But I hope I will serve to you as lesson that, even after I am gone, you will take my life a caution not to get yourself involved in anything about these things. Take care of our mother. Thank you for being such a kind brother. I will choose you over again if we meet in our next life. I am sharing this confession with you not as to write any prophet or pastor off, but to tell you or reveal to you how some pastors engage in dark rituals in order to gain powers to perform miracles. This is not merely an account of battles fought against dark forces, it is an invitation for all who will get the chance to listen to me to reflect on their own struggles, on the shadows that linger just beyond our consciousness and on the power we hold within ourselves to rise above them. Let us walk this path together, one that is illuminated by hope and resilience, as we navigate the delicate balance between light and darkness in search of our true purpose.
Don't forget to please subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Indeed, I will start by saying that life and the very essence of this precious gift is not about how well or how much money you were able to acquire. Nor it is about how influential you becoming in this material world. But then, it is about how much of positivity you affect people. How much love you show your fellow human being, which is the nature of the creator of this very universe. I say this to say that, never imagine yourself above your fellow human being before you see yourself powerful. By virtue of the fact that you have the God essence in you, you are already a powerful being. You don't need to go to any deity or dark force before you can manifest your power. The God that created you is having in abundance the power to do all things. So, if you so need it, go back to your source. Sometimes when you hear such things about pastors, it brings your spirit down, but like I always say, we are only here to warn our brothers and sisters about the ways of the evil one amongst even the children of God. It is also not to suggest that any pastor or prophet out there doing his work is of the evil one. But this is to tell you to be careful when you are going to such places. Be smart and read in between the lines. Let your inner intuition talk to you about places that you go. Please let us hear your thoughts in the comment section. Yes, just as we are here to share with ourselves what is going on out there, we do bring these conversations with you, our family members, to help our innocent brothers and sisters to realize what is happening out there, that they do not have any idea about. I just hope that we honestly take the important lessons from these stories to better our lives and decisions. Stay blessed and be safe. Thanks for being a part of this growing family. Kindly share your thought with us in the comment section below. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like and share.